speaker for our Super Growth Summit, first summit for the year. Thank you so much for being here. It's always a honor, privilege, and pleasure for you. Thank you. Please go.
Thank you very much, Suren, for that kind introduction. And as always, it's a great privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with all of you for this Super Growth Summit 2022, the very first of its kind. And I, of course, want to thank each and every single one of you who have joined this summit. Suren has always been very kind to have me a part of this summit. So thank you to him. Thank you to Success Gyan. And thank you to each and every single one of you who are a part of this incredible summit. I'm sure you've had a great day listening to the insights and experiences given by the various experts and specialists in their particular spaces. And I'm sure these insights, these experiences, these tools, these tips will definitely help you in doing what you want to do and achieve the super growth that you are aspiring for. Of course, it's the 8th of January, and I still want to take this opportunity to personally wish all of you a very happy new year. It's never too late to wish you a happy new year when it's just about the first week of January. We were thinking that the first week of January 2022 would probably be a little different in terms of the COVID situation. Sadly, and unfortunately for us, it hasn't been. This morning, I posted on Instagram a meme. I don't know, these memers are like sitting there, anything that comes up, they're like on their toes, already, always ready to create these memes and pass them around. So I posted a meme this morning on Instagram, which said that these COVID variants are like a web series. Just as you think that the web series is coming to an end, the next season is announced. So just as we were thinking that the Delta variant is about to get over, we have the Omicron or the Omicron, whatever it's pronounced as, I don't know. And there's so many variants across the globe. Like you had the Delta coming from somewhere, they said it came from India. Then you had the Omicron or the Omicron coming from South Africa. And then now there's a new variant from France, IHU. And somebody said there's a new variant coming up in the United Kingdom. And a memer said, ऐसा करते हैं, हर देश का एक एक वेरिएंट आने दो. 2022 के एंड में सबको साथ लाके वर्ल्ड कप खिला देंगे. We'll bring all the COVID variants together to have a World Cup and see who wins. But all jokes apart, we were kind of really thinking that 2022 will be COVID free. We should definitely take care, stay safe. I'm already ill because of Omicron. I'm under the weather. It's been a week and I still haven't recovered. So do take care and do be safe. Take all the safety precautions. And let's see how we can continue to grow on in this year 2022 by attending this incredible summit, the Super Growth Summit. Human potential is always incredible. It has the ability, the power to overcome and surpass any challenge, any obstacle that comes on the path. इसलिए मैं कई बार कहता हूँ, गम की अंधेरी रात में दिल को न बेकरार कर. गम की अंधेरी रात में दिल को न बेकरार कर, सुबह जरूर आएगी, सुबह का इंतजार कर. दोस्तों, सुबह जरूर आती है. जब भी रात होती है तो सुबह जरूर आती है. Whenever the sun is down, the sun will definitely be up the next morning. The issue is how to be patient, how to be inspired, how to be motivated, how to be energetic, how to be positive between that sundown and the sun up, between the sunset and the sunrise. Sunset के बाद sunrise तो होने वाला ही है. When the sun is set, the sun is going to be up for sure. The question is, how do we stay inspired in that interim phase? Whatever it is that you're going through in your careers, whatever it is that you're going through in your personal lives, whatever it is that you're going through in your health, whatever it is that is a challenge that is in front of you at the moment, how do we keep ourselves motivated? How do we keep ourselves energized? How do we keep ourselves inspired? And how do we keep ourselves positive That's exactly what will decide whether we grow or we just go through what we are going through at the moment. So this afternoon, I thought I would share with you a couple of thoughts. As we move into the year 2022, what do we do to keep ourselves energetic and enthused? What are those three things that we need to look at if we want to fulfill our dreams? What are those three things that we need to keep in mind if we want to fulfill our aspirations? What are those three things that we must have, must change, and must keep as a priority in our life if we want to succeed in whatever area of your life, professional life in particular, because we are at the Super Growth Summit, despite all the challenges that come our way. So I would like to present to you these three principles, these three values, these three incredible principles that can truly help us as a catalyst to grow in whatever area that we want to grow in. Now, how many of you guys like to go for a holiday? Any of you there? I know some of you are saying, me. I like the stuff going on there. You know, me, yes, me. Holidays become a meme. Because of the COVID stuff going on, holidays become a meme. Have to stay indoors at a lot of times, isn't it? A lady once went to a doctor and came back home. And as she returned back home, she said to her husband, the doctor has told me that if I want to get my health back in place, we must go for a holiday. Where should we go for a holiday? Shall we go to Australia? Husband was quiet. Shall we go to Seychelles? Husband was quiet. The lady was getting annoyed. Shall we at least go to Goa for a holiday to fix my health? Husband was quiet. She was so annoyed. She said, I'm asking you where to go. I have been asking and proposing all these places. You don't agree to any. You tell me where should we go for a holiday. The husband said, let's go to another doctor for a second opinion. Which doctor says that in order to get your health in place, you need to go for a holiday. Now, jokes apart, we all love to go for holidays, and I very often travel a lot. COVID has definitely grounded me. I used to fly a lot. Now I'm grounded. Not too much traveling as I used to travel before. But wherever I used to go, after my talk, after my engagements, there's never been a holiday. My hosts would very kindly take me around the place. That's an incredible experience, to experience different places, to see different cultures, to meet different people. Don't they say that the best stories of your life are in the pages of your passport? So yes, with the passport getting full, so many experiences, so many stories. And I remember I was in Mauritius once with our team. And after I had finished with my event, the host said, would you like to go to an adventure park? So why not? Let's go. Our filming team was also with us. We went to this adventure park called the Kasela Adventure Park. And the host asked me, would you like to do this incredible adventure? I said, what? Walking with lions. I said, that sounds exciting. I would love to walk with lions. I said, okay, let's all go. We reached the place. And then they gave us forms, disclaimer forms, declaration forms. And we had to sign that form. And in the form, it was written that if the lion pounces upon you, if the lion kills you, you are responsible for your own death. I signed the form. My team was looking at me saying, Karna hai kya? Do we need to do this? I said, I'm doing it anyways. You want to come, come. If you don't want to come, don't come. I remember going to San Francisco and I did skydiving from there. And even there, I had to sign a form which said, I'm responsible for my own death if something happens. That's the adventure. So my team hesitatingly agreed that we will walk with the lions. They all were with me. They were filming. The Kasela Adventure Park guys were filming. And we were walking with the lions. You can check that video. It's up on YouTube. I was walking with the lions with two lions were there right in front of me. I was holding their tails and walking behind them. Sometimes I used to pat on their backs. It was an incredible adventure. Any of you guys would like to walk with the lions? Yeah, some of you seen it. Yes, great, brilliant. Lion ke saamne aayega na, phir pata lagega. Big, massive lions, guys. I remember holding the tails of the lions and walking. And I was walking with the lions. I saw an incredibly inspiring sight. You know what the lion was doing? The lion was turning behind. I was right there behind. मैं पीछे खड़ा था. The lion's turning behind. But there's a Sanskrit term called Simhavalokanam. And Simha means a lion. Avalokanam means the glance of a lion. And when a lion is walking ahead, the lion looks behind. Looks behind. Simhavalokanam. And when the lion looks behind, what is the lion looking at? This term Simhavalokanam means the lion is looking at where it was and where has it come. How much distance has it covered to reach where it has reached? पहले कहाँ था और आज कहाँ पहुंच गया है? And then the lion also looks at from where it was and until where it has come today, how many obstacles has the lion have overcome? कितनी बाधाएं, कितनी मुश्किलें, कितनी challenges overcome करके वो lion आगे आया है? And therefore, guys, we have to practice what is called as Simha Avalokanam, the backward glance of a lion. As we move from 2021 into 2022, which we already moved into, and as we move on ahead in the year 2022, it's important that we glance behind into the past. We glance behind into 2021. 2021, as we look behind at that year, it's important for us to see where we were and where have we come. कहाँ थे हम 2021 में? January 1st, 2021 till January 8th, 2022. If we were to do an evaluation and assessment of that year by the process of Simhavalokanam, the backward glance, looking into the past, it's important for us to evaluate where were we and where are we today. कहाँ थे हम और आज हम कहाँ पहुंचे हैं? And whatever area of our life, in some areas we may have come ahead, in some areas we may still be lagging behind, in some areas we may just be the same. But do reflect. As you look back, do reflect. Where were you and where are you today vis-a-vis where you started last year? And guess what? As we look back and see in whatever area we've come ahead, we've made some progress, celebrate, guys. It's an occasion for celebration. Reward yourself. Because it is from that positive space of celebration. It is from that positive space of positivity. It's from that positive space of rewarding yourself for those little steps that you've taken towards your goal. You'll be able to march ahead into the future year 2022 as well. There was a man was asking his 6-year-old son, what is 9 multiplied by 8? The guy said 102. And the man gave him a chocolate. The neighbor was watching. The neighbor came to the man and said, sir, do you know what is 9 multiplied by 2? Because your son is saying 102 and you gave him a chocolate. The man said, obviously, I know, idiot. 9 multiplied by 8 is 72. So 9 multiplied by 8 is 72, you say, and he's answering 9 multiplied by 8 is 102. Why are you giving him a chocolate? The man said, 3 days back, my son was saying 112. 9 multiplied by 8 is equal to 112. Today he's saying 9 multiplied by 8 is equal to 102. He's come 10 digits closer. And tomorrow he may say 9 multiplied by 8 is a 92, and then later he may say 9 multiplied by 8 is an 82, and when he comes to 9 multiplied by 8 is a 72, I'll tell him, stop here, bus ho gaya, correct. The man told this neighbor, he said he's moving from the wrong answer towards the right answer. Even if he's moving by 1 digit, it is a celebration, it should be rewarded. He's coming close towards the right answer. Similarly in our lives, ladies and gentlemen, wherever we may have been, if we are moving towards where we want it to be, if we are moving towards our goal, as tiny as it might have been, that progress is to be celebrated, that progress is to be rewarded. And therefore, when you glance back into the past year, when you look back, Simhavalokanam, like that glance of the lion, number one, celebrate and reward yourself. Every tiny step taken towards the goal, every tiny bit of progress made towards the goal is definitely progress. Do not think progress has to be massive and abundant. That progress, even if a little bit towards that goal, is taking you ahead in your life. If you want to go from A to Z, if you haven't been able to go to Z yet, even if you move from A to B, you're one step closer towards the goal. So do not feel depressed. Do not feel demotivated. Do not feel de-inspired. Do not let your energy go down if you haven't been able to achieve those targets that you set for yourself. Even if you are a bit closer to your target, reward yourself and celebrate, because it's at least one bit less than what it was last year. The second thing that we must do when we look back into the past, जब हम पीछे देखते हैं मुड़ के, पहला C, celebrate. The second C is cultivate. Cultivate confidence. Because there's so many difficulties, so many challenges, so many problems, so many issues, so many trying circumstances that come on your way once you decide to go towards your goal. A ship is very safe at the harbor, but that's not where it's meant to be. दोस्तों, मंजिल मिलेगी भटक कर ही सही, मंजिल मिलेगी भटक कर ही सही, गुमराह तो वो है जो घर से निकले ही नहीं. Reward yourself, आप घर से निकले हैं. Reward yourself that you started it. Reward yourself that you're in the grind. Reward yourself that you started the process. And if you started the process, there must have been so many issues and challenges that must have come on your path. COVID was one, financial liability is another, personal health issues, relationship problems, ill relatives at home, challenges, difficulties, troubles, part of the game. लेकिन आप घर से निकले हैं. गुमराह तो वो है जो घर से निकले ही नहीं. मंजिल मिलेगी भटक कर ही सही. गुमराह तो वो है जो घर से निकले ही नहीं. आप भटके होंगे ना तो भी चलेगा, नहीं पहुंचे ना अपने मंजिल तक तो भी चलेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि घर से निकले तो हो, मिल जाएगी राह, मिल जाएगा डायरेक्शन, पहुंच जाओगे वहां. But guess what? As you're going towards that direction, there are going to be those challenges and difficulties and troubles. As the lion looks back, Simhavalokanam, as the lion glances back to see all those hurdles and obstacles that it has overcome from where it was to where it is today. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, friends, guess what? In the last year, you have overcome challenges. You have overcome those difficulties. You have overcome your problems and issues. There may have been some that are still going on. There may be some that probably don't have a solution. But there are a lot that you have actually crossed over. Those hurdles that you've crossed over. And every single time you feel low, every single time you feel depressed, every single time you feel demotivated, every single time you feel that those challenges are massive and Herculean and are overwhelming, guess what? Look back. Look back. And as you look back, just look at your track record, guys. Just look at your track record of how many difficulties and challenges you've overcome. Just look at your track record of what all you have dealt with and feel that confidence. It's within you. You have done it. You can do it and you will do it. What you tell yourself internally is more important than all what's going on around you. Your self-talk, the affirmations that you tell yourself are extremely crucial. Tell yourself, I can. Tell yourself, I will. Tell yourself, I must. Tell yourself, I should. Tell yourself, I've done it. Tell yourself, look at what you've gone through. Tell yourself, look at what all you've overcome. Tell yourself, look at what you have, where you were and where have you come by crossing over those challenges. And therefore, when you look into the past, the first C is celebrate, reward every tiny bit towards the goal. If you have to reach the answer 72, 9 multiplied by 8 is 72. 3 days back, you were 112. Today, you're 102. You're 10 digits closer to 72. Number 2, the second C, cultivate confidence. And how do you cultivate confidence? In overcoming challenges and troubles that come on your path of your super growth. Look behind and see, what all have you gone through? And trust me, each one of you has a great track record, because we have in us immense potential. We have in us a Simba. We have in us a Simba who has forgotten its power. And when you have a Mufasa who reminds Simba just these few words, remember who you are. Remember the kind of power you have. Remember the kind of people who are there by your side to support you through that journey. And guess what? You will find that your spirits are high to now deal with all what's in front of you as you try to climb up the ladder of super growth in whatever it is that you're doing. When you look back into the past, 2021, see, celebrate, see, cultivate. The third C is very crucial and important as well. Guys, any of you ever made a mistake in your life? No, nobody? Okay, let me rephrase my question. Any of you are married? My apologies. Sorry, that was just a joke to make our afternoon a little lighter. Somebody asked a guy, what is the difference between the word complete and finished? The guy said, if you find the right partner to get married to in your life, find the right partner, your life is complete. If you get the wrong partner, your life is finished. But if the right one catches you with the wrong one, your life is completely finished. Oh, sorry. Just joking. Oh, just joking. Trust me, guys. All of us make mistakes in life, isn't it? And marriage is not a mistake at all. It's a joke that I was sharing with all of you. But trust me, we all make mistakes. To err is human, isn't it? And therefore, since all of us make mistakes, since all of us fail, since all of us slip in what we were trying to do, we make our resolutions and we fail. Resolutions, dissolutions, and no solutions is how the founder Acharya of ISKCON, my Param Guru Srila Prabhupada, would put it. Resolutions, dissolution, and no solution. We decide, but we slip, we fail, we make mistakes, we make blunders. Humans have look. We are human beings. And if we are human beings, it's just natural for us to go through those mistakes. Is there any individual in the world who has not made mistakes? Is there anyone who is successful, who has achieved that super growth and has not been successful? Yes, Kajal, I know, not such a good example for marriage, but that was just a joke, by the way. Just to tell you, there was a joke. It wasn't real, and I clarified it 20 times, by the way. You know what? We all make those mistakes. Is there anybody up there hasn't made mistakes, guys? You know what? Sundar Pichai, his annual compensation for the year 2019, before COVID happened, 2019, Sundar Pichai's annual compensation, I'm sorry, I was just looking at the time. His annual compensation for that year 2019 was salary, guys. Google ne diya. $281 million. That's approximately about 2,000 crore rupees. Anybody wants? annual salary. Business chodo. We'll all resign from Super Growth Summit. Why we want to attend Super Growth Summit? We wouldn't have to attend a Super Growth Summit if we have 2,000 crores as our annual compensation. Oh man, 2,000 crores, that makes it an approximate of about 6 crore rupees a day. Do you know what it is? 6 crore rupees a day. And when somebody is paying you 6 crore rupees a day, I always used to wonder, what is this HR guy going to ask him, Imagine the task of the HR fellow. What is the HR fellow going to ask him? What question puchega? It's not a school exam or a school answer to be given. Like a teacher was asking a boy in class. She said, which state does the river Ganga flow in? The guy said, liquid state. Rather than saying Uttarakhand, he said, liquid state. He said, when was Mahatma Gandhi born? He said, on his birthday. In which battle did Tipu Sultan die? In his last battle. Good Lord. Where was the Pact of Independence signed? He said, at the bottom of the page. And he said, Bharat mein sabse jyada barf kahan girti hai? The guy said, daru ke glass mein. I'm sorry. My apologies. Jokes. Oh. It's not asking a school student some answers to questions who gives lame answers. This guy asked, this HR guy, what is he meant to ask Sundar Pichai when you're paying him 6 crore rupees a day, approximately 2,000 crores as annual compensation? You know what the question was? The question was, tell us the biggest mistake, the biggest blunder you've made in your professional career. And guess what? Nobody writes that in their CV. Nobody writes in the CV what has gone wrong. Nobody writes that I made such a big loss for my last company. CV में कोई भी अपनी गड़बड़ थोड़ा ही ना लिखता है. And they asked him, tell us what is the biggest mistake, biggest blunder you made in your professional career, and how did you fix it? Sundar Pichai responded, vulnerability, to be vulnerable, to accept your mistake, to share your mistake, to share how you dealt with it, share what you learned from it, is the crux to grow, for super growth. Vulnerability is the catalyst of super growth. People who are not vulnerable, people who don't accept their mistakes, people who don't learn from their mistakes, people who don't make their mistakes, not getting anywhere, guys. Kahin nahi ja rahe wo log. And therefore, guess what? I always say in Hindi, I'll translate in English as well. Bhool karna prakriti hai. मान लेना संस्कृति है और सुधार लेना प्रगति है. Making a mistake is a part of our nature. Accepting that mistake is a part of an evolved culture. And rectifying that mistake is the way for a bright future. And therefore, the third C is when you look back into 2021, we may have made mistakes, we may have made blunders, we may have made silly mistakes, we may have gone wrong. We may have gone wrong in our strategy, we may have gone wrong in what we decided, we may have gone completely wrong in our blueprint of how we wanted to succeed. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Learn what went wrong, correct it and rectify it. Our past doesn't define us, guys, but our past can refine us, guys. Don't allow your past to define you, but allow your past to refine you in what you do in this year 2022. But the first C, when you look back like a lion, Simhavalokanam, celebrate those little tiny progresses, those little tiny moves towards your goal. The second C, cultivate confidence and courage from all those obstacles and challenges that we've overcome. And trust me, we have overcome a lot and we have a good track record of doing it. Remember, you can do it. Tell yourself, I can, I will, I must, I should. And third, C, correct yourself, rectify yourself, because it's those corrected mistakes, learning from those mistakes that give us experience, and that experience that catapults us on the ladder of super growth. And the fourth C, excuse me, the fourth and the last C, when you look behind into the past, is compound. Compound on what went right. Build up on what went right. When we look behind, we're not going to only see the mistakes. We're not only going to see what's gone wrong. We're not only going to see what are the obstacles we've overcome. We're not only going to see how much we've come ahead. Also going to see what all went right for us. क्या क्या वो चीजें हैं जो हमारे लिए सही हुई है. What were the strategies? What were your plans? What were those little things that you did went right for you in the year 2021 and in the past? And whenever something does go right, guys, it's important that we repeat it and refine it. If anything has worked for you, make that your USP. If anything that you see is repeatedly doing good for you, that's your USP. That's your forte. That's your strength. Do it again. Make it better. Improve it. Enhance it. Change the quality, transform the quality of it positively. And guess what? Super growth is a consequence. How can you not achieve super growth when you work on your USP? हम लोग दुनिया भर ढूंढते रहते हैं क्या करना और भूलते हैं हमारे पास क्या है. A lot of time we look around the world what we should be doing to grow and achieve super growth, forgetting what we have with us. And then when you look behind, look at those things that have gone right for you. Look at those things that you've done which have repeatedly worked well for you. Work on it, invest in it, refine it, hone it, transform it, take it to the next level. And that's what I call compounding. You compound it like compound interest. And when you compound it, it grows. That's how you get super growth. USP is your unique selling point or your unique selling proposition. Right? When you have that USP identified, there's no question that you won't grow. And therefore, as you move on into this new year 2022, look back like my lion walk in Mauritius. As the lion turns behind, Simhavalokana, turning behind, and do these 4 C's. Firstly, number 1, celebrate every tiny victory, every tiny goal. Yes, guys, type in the chat box. Number 1, what does that celebrate means? Move, reward yourself, even if you're a bit ahead. Even if you're a bit ahead in your goal, reward yourself. Those tiny goals must be celebrated. Positivity is where you will grow from, not being negativity of how far you are, but positive that I've moved on a little closer to where I want it to be. You know what the second C is, guys? Type in the chat box what the second C is. Cultivate, cultivate, cultivate. Cultivate what? Confidence and courage. See your track record of what all you have overcome and tell yourself, I can, I will, I must, I should. Yes, your self-talk, your affirmations are more important than all what you're going through and what the world is telling you. Number 3, your third C is correct yourself. And when you say correct yourself, look back and see what are the mistakes you made. What went wrong? It's okay it went wrong. It's okay it failed. It's okay it went for a toss. It's okay it was a mess. Doesn't matter. Our past doesn't define us. Our past, if we learn from it, can refine us. Correct it. You have the opportunity to do it. And the 4th C. Yes, compound it. Look at your USP. What has gone right and what is repeatedly going right for you in the past. That's your USP. That's your forte. That's your strength. Build on it. Compound it. That's how you reach super growth, not by keeping on changing like a monkey jumping from one thing to another. Sorry for that word. But hopping from one place to the other is not getting you to super growth. You stick to that one thing and compound on it. What has gone well for you repeatedly is when you achieve super growth. Then as I was sitting there, excuse me, Omicron, Omicron, whatever it is. Shakespeare was that, yes. William Shakespeare said, a rose by any name would smell as sweet. Omicron or Omicron. COVID by any name would smell as, I don't want to say, terrible, It's caused me a lot of trouble again. I went through Delta April last year, and again, this Omicron thing is taking a toll. It's been a week, and I've still not come out of it fully. Still struggling, changed medicines and so many medications going on. But hopefully, we'll get well soon. But I'm feeling healed and treated by being with all of you, anyways. Here's what I also learned from the Lion guys when I was in Mauritius. You can go up to my Instagram page and you can check up. There's all these highlights, and on the highlights, there's one section called animals. And in this section called animals, you'll probably find a picture of me behind a lion who's standing up like this on a tree. I remember as we were walking, one of the lions was walking ahead and one of the lions sat down. And this guy who was escorting us in that lion walk was trying to kind of get the lion to move on. The lion wasn't getting up. For a short while, it did get up and stood up like this on the tree. You can check that pictures there on Instagram. I posted that picture in a story. It's in the highlight called Animals. But the interesting thing was the lion again sat down. The lion again sat down. And when the lion sat down, just wouldn't move. We were all waiting. One lion's walking ahead, the escort's walking ahead. We are waiting with the second lion. दूसरे लाइन के साथ रुके हैं कि ये उड़ जाए तो साथ में चलेंगे. And guess what happened? All of a sudden, the second lion was sitting, sprang up on its feet and rushed towards a tree into that forest. Alarmed. And one of my assistants who was with me, he's scared even of a tiny little Pomeranian dog, what to speak of a lion. He was like, alarm, bola tha na Swamiji. He looked at me and said, bola tha na Prabhuji, sign nahi karne ka. What's the need of going through that? They're like looking at me. The lion charged towards the forest. And as we heard the sound of the rustling of the leaves as the lion charged towards the tree, we saw a monkey jump up to the tree. As the lion was sitting there, it looked into the past. But the lion was completely tuned into the present as well, looking around what's going on. And as soon as it saw a monkey at the distance, the lion charged towards the monkey. Of course, the monkey jumped up to the tree to save itself, couldn't catch it. The lion was extremely alert. So what should we be doing, guys? When we look into the past, let the past empower your present with these 4 C's that I mentioned to you. Number 2, let the present, let your alertness to what's happening around you help you stay tuned with the present. And there's a lot happening around you. There's multiple opportunities that are going on all over the place. But if you're not tuned, if you're not alert, if you don't have your eyes, your ears, and your minds open, you might miss on the most powerful opportunities that are right there. The lion was alert. The monkey was right there. The lion was completely tuned into the present, was completely alert, and therefore it could sense that opportunity and go behind the monkey. And therefore, it's very, very important to stay alert. Alert to what's happening around you in your space, which means keep on updating your knowledge, your know-how, your skills. What's going on in your space? What's going on in your market? What's going on in your particular stream? If you're not alert, you're going to miss it. What are the opportunities that you have in your particular space, in your particular stream? If you're not alert, you're going to miss them. Therefore, don't they say opportunity knocks at your door? But a lot of people complain that it's making a lot of noise. Stay alert. It's not noise. It's knocking of the door. Open the door of the opportunities that come to you and walk through. And that's the second thing that I learned from this lion. In the present, be completely alert. In 22, be completely alert with your ears, your eyes, and your minds open to what is it that needs to be updated, learned, and upgraded in your particular space and streams and fields. And what is it that is around you as opportunities that you can connect to, tune yourself with, cash on, capitalize on, and achieve super growth. Opportunities are all around you, like the FM signals are all around you. But only when your radio receiver or your smartphones are tuned into that frequency can you receive it. So the opportunities are all around you. Be alert, stay tuned. You'll probably be able to tune into brilliant opportunity this 2022 and achieve that growth that you've been dreaming about. And here's the last bit that I want to share with you as the what the lion did. Lion looked behind, looking into the past, stayed alert, being in the present, and looked towards the future. Look towards the future. The lion was walking into a world of uncertainties. The lion was walking into a forest not knowing what was about to come. None of us know what's about to come. And as I always say, yes, the rear view mirror of the car is always smaller than the windshield because what's coming ahead is more exciting, is much larger, and much more promising than what has been left behind and what has gone behind. So look into the future. And when I say look into the future, it's very important to know the third word, which is very important. The first word, from the past, reflections. From the present, alertness. And for the future, visualization. Visualize in your mind what do you want to be, where you want to go from where you are. Visualize what is it that you want to achieve, how do you want to grow, with all strategies and tips and techniques, unless things here change and things here are clearly visualized, they do not materialize. I remember I was doing an event and a talk, and there's about 25,000 people in a stadium. It was the first time that I was doing a talk for 25,000 people. And I prepared, but it was a massive mess. I didn't do it right. You know why? You know why? Because I'm not used to speaking to 25,000 people. The lights on my face blinded me. I couldn't see a single face like today. Zoom call, I can't see a single face. You know, these lights, the energy of the audience feeds into your enthusiasm to speak, but I just couldn't see it. And so I didn't do well. A couple of months later, there was another event in Nagpur, which I was meant to do with one of the big leaders there. And there was going to be again another 25,000 people in the audience in a massive stadium, in a massive ground. And just a couple of weeks ahead of that, in my mind, I started visualizing that stage, started visualizing what I want to speak, started visualizing the kind of impact it would have on the audience, started visualizing the challenges that came, the lights because of which I couldn't see, the faces of the people, started visualizing everything, started visualizing myself on stage, started visualizing myself roaring into the public address system, started visualizing the thundering applause that would come after every statement I made. And guess what? As I came up on stage, because of that process of visualization, in the future, I was able to do what I wanted to do. And therefore, remember 3 words from the Simhavalokanam, or the example of the lion. Word number 1, reflections. Word number 2, alertness. Word number 3, visualization. Reflections from the past, empower your present. Alertness into the present gives you access to the opportunities of the present. And visualization makes you achieve what you want into a brighter future. And in reflections, remember the 4 C's that we spoke about: celebrate, cultivate, correct, and compound. And therefore, when we are talking about moving into this year 2022, let's move into the year 2022 with reflections, alertness, and with visualization. Once again, I want to thank all of you very, very much for your kind attention this afternoon. One thank you to Success Gyan and to Suren for having me over again, and wish you all the best, Suren and Success Gyan, and to every single participant. Wish you all the best for this incredible year that's coming ahead of you, 2022. Thank you very much.
Gaurji, every time you leave us thinking much more deeper, and the way you put things across, it's always a delight. Yours the only session I sit with the notebook and take down every single point. Always. Always. So that can you bring all the masters together? We'll just take one group snap with Gorji and let him go.
Yes. Sure. Just adding all the masters.
We want all of the people in the audience to take a snap of us. Somebody take a group snap here. Okay, let's go with our customer post.